Hi, I'm Elaine Smiley.
And I'm Gabriel Smiley.
And we are the Smileys in Zambia. Welcome, and definitely please subscribe, like button, and also
sign up, follow Elaine on Instagram. Her handle is eboogie1111. That's EBOOGIE1111. We haven't been in making videos in a while. It's our first time back.
Actually, like a month and 2 weeks.
A month and some change, but we're back now. And the reason we have been on hiatus
is because we took a little sabbatical too.
We traveled, right? We went on our first big, long vacation of our entire lives.
Our second African, for me, my second African country.
Right. So we went to Zanzibar, which is an island off of Tanzania. The nation of Tanzania is the mainland, and Zanzibar kind of form a federation, and we visited Zanzibar. We were there for an entire month.
Yes.
We rented a house.
Amazing. We rented oh my God, we rented a beautiful house overlooking the beach.
Swimming
pool. We had a little swing outside, and just
a swing.
Yeah, it was a swing on the side. You never walked that way because
I know I saw it.
Because I told him stop parking the car on that side so he can actually see the whole.
Nobody used this swing, but anyway, it was a really awesome vacation. It was the longest vacation I've ever been on.
Same here, a month vacation. I kind of felt like it wasn't a vacation because we were living there.
And I got so adjusted to it, and it was in a really beautiful and interesting and amazing place.
Literally 10 minutes away from the airport, by the beach, but in a very little suburb of.
It was in an urban. So I'll ask some questions and we'll share all the information.
Yeah. If you have questions, please just comment. We'll definitely add it. We've been terrible with putting pictures. We're still very new.
Yeah. So hopefully you'll see some pictures.
You'll have pictures in regards to Zanzibar. But we even had family come out.
Yeah, we're gonna get to all those things.
So excited.
First and foremost. Why did we choose to go to Zanzibar in the first place?
Okay, so I would say when we're in the States, we normally go to Block Island every late July, August, and it would be a full week adventure, and it would be us and a family that we would invite, usually our close friends, Sophia and Tristan, and their children, and then if not them, other people would come kind of like hopping in and out of the week, but it was always a beach time for our family.
Yes, and we crave that beach time. Lusaka has no beaches. Zambia has no beaches. If there's any water, there's crocodiles in it. So we said, we get this long period of time off. Let's just max out and stay at the beach for a month. So that was kind of why we went there.
Supposedly, also July is the coldest month in Zambia, and
so let's get out of here. We went to a tropical island for the month, and it was really good. Okay.
So
that's what brought us there.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you describe the house we stayed in?
So first and foremost, when we came, it was at night. So I didn't really know what to expect. It was kind of dark. But the point is that the house was big. The house was amazing. Big, meaning like the square footage was just wide. The yard was wide. The pool was good. You walked in, and immediately, or before you walked in, you saw these beautiful doors that Zanzibar is known for. So it's just massive, and the wood carving is just amazing. So you go in, and then all of a sudden there's a big room. You have a sitting room.
Huge open, as soon as you walk in, there's a spirally, kind of half spiral, gigantic staircase that goes to the second floor. That's right concrete. In front. And then it's this really beautiful concrete with chunks of. I don't even know. It's gorgeous.
But we have the living room. Then you have the dining room. The kitchen is massive as well. But it's it has its walls, so you kind of can be, you can just have your intimate kitchen, which was still big. And then it was
every room was gigantic. So there were 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms.
3 full bathrooms.
And they were all really, really large. So it's really spacious. It wasn't over furnished. There wasn't that much furniture. So you really felt like.
And you also felt you can kids could run around. William and River started singing and dancing in the bathroom. They were like, why is this bathroom so big? So it was like really good to actually have space.
And then outside there was a beautiful grounds with a pool, fruiting trees where
And
our
our
coconuts
room
came
had a
from.
balcony. It was just...
And then you can walk down to like a local beach,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the house. Can you talk about some of the interesting things that we did? Maybe you could talk about Stone Town.
Okay, so Stone Town is a beautiful maze of markets and residents and mosque. I think there's like 51 mosques in Zanzibar, and then there's like one iconic Catholic church in the center of Stone Town. So we kind of like walked around. We went
what
shopping.
is Stone Town?
Stone Town is just like... I don't know how to describe it because it's just like alleyways of buildings.
Yeah, it's like
beautiful
this old
buildings.
urban center. Before there were cars, it was built, so there's no room for cars.
No, so there's like tuk-tuks, those three
And
kind
it's
of
just
wheel things, and maybe
This really
bikes.
intricate, complicated
maze
of buildings
yeah.
that ultimately leads to this bay that's really beautiful with a big park, and there's just so much happening in there. So it's like this old mystical
It's
city.
overwhelming. It's overwhelming and beautiful at the same time. And there's vendors all over the place selling you
This and that,
And
and-
it's
and-
cashews is a big thing.
But then there's also people going about their daily lives, going to school,
Yes,
doing their
definitely.
jobs in the buildings, just living there. So it's like this really highly concentrated area that
Yeah.
mixes tourism with history, and it's like
And July is a big tour. I guess that's when it kind of starts, the tourism component. So there were like a lot of us walking around, people who were very new to the whole.
So we would go there and check it out, buy
Yeah.
some items, buy some trinkets, but we'd always feel overwhelmed because it's just like you're always lost. There's always like just
Actually,
sounds.
I'm pretty good with it.
No, Elaine.
Come on, you have to give me the benefit of the doubt.
Elaine was maybe like
90% of the time correct in regards to figuring out the maze and backtracking. Are you really serious? You're denying me?
No, you are good. You are better than me for sure, but nobody.
That's
if
all
you're
I'm saying. I'm
out-of-towner-
better than you 90% of the maze search.
But either way, we still needed a lot of help. Even with Elaine's maze knowledge, we got lost a lot.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun. It was a little overwhelming, but it was fun.
Okay. I want to take a moment to talk about the beach, right?
Okay.
So Zanzibar has all these amazing beaches. We were staying on the west side of the island where Stone Town is. And that's kind of like Zanzibar town, I guess, or Zanzibar city. It's like the urban center of the island, which is huge. People everywhere. We'll talk about in a second. But the beaches were on the other side. So we would drive.
So that was like the Indian Ocean side, right?
The east side that's facing
Yeah.
out into the Indian Ocean
Yeah.
instead of facing into Tanzania. So we would drive to these beaches, and then you would drive maybe an hour or so through this. It would get less
Just
and less.
beautiful. We get more rural,
Yeah.
but then after that, you saw the different kind of vibes
And
of
you'd show up at these beach towns.
each town.
But all of them just had this beautiful, crystal clear, warm water that was calm enough. It wasn't too calm. And when the tide went out, it went way out, and then it came in fast, and you could swim.
And it came way in. Some of the beach bars and the beach restaurants, they have a wall, so it's kind of like...
Yeah, the water comes all the way up to
all the way in,
the
but
wall of the
it's
restaurant.
beautiful. And if
And
you
you
catch
go
it
there-
early in the morning, it's all the way back.
Well, it depends on the tide.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's afternoon.
Yeah.
But what we would do is we would go and we would find a restaurant and we say, we're going to eat lunch here, but we're just going to chill all day. And we would just hang out and use their facilities. They had umbrellas, and some of them had swinging beds that you lay on. And we would just hang out there, eat lunch, but then just stay at the beach all day and then drive back. So the beaches were incredible, different shells and animals than I've ever seen before. It was warm. It was really, really amazing.
Yeah, so it was perfect. And
Okay.
then
What about driving in Zanzibar versus
Oh, my
driving
goodness.
in Zambia?
okay, so I just got my license in my late 30s, early 30s, I should say, early 30s, and I've been driving for a very long time skillfully. I'm not driving. I'm skilled. I'm a Scalacci, but I never drove in Africa because they drive on the right side of the road. It's a little hectic. There's no street lights in Zambia, so I thought it was hectic. But when we got to Zanzibar, oh my goodness, Gabriel had to be the designated driver. There was no, come on, Elaine, try to even do this. There were motorcycles. There were guys on donkeys doing a donkey race in the middle of like fancy cars, motorcycles, mopeds, people walking. It was
It was hectic. I kept saying it's getting hectic because it's a very active, bustling place compared to Zambia.
But beautiful. Like everybody's hustling. Everybody's out late.
But it's fast. It's fast. It's loud.
Everybody's out early.
Even if I didn't need the air conditioner on, I just wanted the windows up because there was just so much going on. People selling this or moving here or carrying this load. So the roads were much better condition, but it was crazy.
It was used.
Yeah, it made me really realize that Zambia is a much calmer place. People are less competitive. In Zanzibar, to turn or merge or do any kind of maneuver, you're like risking your life all the time because nobody lets you go. There's people trying to swerve around you as you're doing your move. And in Zambia, it's calmer. There's a lot of cars.
I can notice that, yes.
But they'll let you pass. They'll come to a stop if you're trying to merge in. People are a little more considerate. It's less competitive.
Yeah, they definitely do the four-way sign motto here. Even though there may not be a four-way sign, they still kind of do that.
But everybody lets each other go. Yeah. Okay, let's move on because I know we're stretching this out.
We're stretching it.
Let's talk about our visitors. So we had a lot of visitors come and visit, and
hopefully we'll pop some pictures all over the place. Boop,
yeah,
boop, boop,
definitely.
Boop, 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 boop.
So talk about your favorite visitors, obviously.
So first and foremost, I had a few visitors for the month. So I had one of my close Zambian friends and her son come, and it was amazing. And then we had drum roll, my mom who hasn't flown in 41 years, and I'm going to be 42. So I've never had the opportunity of being with my mom somewhere or going on vacation with her outside of like Atlantic City or Pennsylvania or something like that where you can drive to from Brooklyn. She came to Zanzibar with my sister Natalia, and they were with us, and it was a life-changing moment. Not only that my mom got a chance to witness Africa and then us being all glammed out at this beautiful Caribbean feeling African island, I got a chance to be with my mom for the first time. So this was amazing. And then my sister.
We haven't seen them in a year anyway.
And I haven't seen them in a year. So this was one full year.
And it took a lot of convincing, but...
A lot of convincing.
What did your mother think when she arrived?
She thought...
what was her impressions of the trip?
First and foremost, she was like, I wish I can pick up this house and bring it to Brooklyn. That was her first reaction. And then she said, this is amazing. She said, if I was rich, I would stay here for 6 months. She loved it. She loved the wonderful thing. And the funny thing is my mom is a mixed Caribbean woman. So she tends to be more on the fairer side of life. But
she had a hard time adjusting. In Brooklyn, nobody knows what her ethnicity is.
Yeah, so she's like, I'm Caribbean. She fits in, even though she's of lighter complexion.
But in
Zanzibar,
in her head, she still thought she fit in. But I try to tell her, no, Marjorie, you don't.
They're both Mzungus.
They can look at me and they look at you and they know you not from here.
They're gonna think that she's just like him, walking around trying to explore things. So.
And then we also had a lot of my parents came as well. They were the first visitors, and they went from Zanzibar to a safari in Tanzania, and then to Amsterdam. So they had an amazing trip.
And this was the first time your father has been to Africa. So this was really like monumental in regards to the kids actually having their grandparents and their auntie and their friends.
And then my best friend from childhood,
which is also the kid's godparent,
Aman, came to visit, and it was his first time in Africa, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and me and him grew up going to beaches together. So like we would vacation with each other's families, and it was kind of like a flashback. And when he came, he like pushed the pace. It was like, let's go to the beach. Let's keep going to the beach.
Yeah, so it was nice. They were like kids. Oh my God. First and foremost, they found coins.
Wait.
I just want to say this because we have to wrap up. They got coins, and the cutest thing I saw when I went down these beautiful spiral staircase is that they're sitting at the table cleaning the coins, and it was like 14-year-old boys all over again. It was amazing.
Okay, so I think that I'm going to edit this part and put it earlier in the film because I just want to hear, what were your top 3 moments or activities from Zanzibar?
So top 3 moments of Zanzibar. 1, having family and friends come and visit us, and we kind of like explore Stone Town and explore the exciting foods there. 2, seeing how happy the kids are jumping in and out of the pool and playing on the beach was like monumental. River just became a mermaid, literally. And I think William got a little bit more mature in regards to understanding different vibes, because this was a totally different vibe. 3 would be the house. The house was amazing. I woke up and I felt like I should be singing. Ah. So it was amazing. 4.
3, just top 3.
Top 3. Oh, and I was going to say
before. Okay, go for
that
it.
I got a chance to hang out with Gabriel, and we did a lot of things that was scary, but we did them together.
Yeah. Okay, so my top 3, snorkeling.
Snorkeling.
So we went snorkeling. I went with William and Oman at one time, and then we went with both kids and Elaine's family a second time, and it was just incredible. I haven't had a lot of snorkeling experiences, but Zanzibar is surrounded by coral reefs, and it's amazing. And when we went with the kids, both kids, we had some goggle mix-haps, but once we got it sorted out, we went exploring, and it was just me and the two of them.
I tried, but
Elena wasn't up for it. But anyhow,
the fish are coming after me.
We went and we saw it was just beautiful. So that was one of them. The beach in general, just going and having these beach days on this amazingly beautiful beach with different shells and sounds and smells, and then having a delicious food at a delicious Zanzibar lunch at the beach.
Zanzibarian.
Was really, really cool. Just eating that food and hanging at the beach really made you feel like you're in a different place.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is going to have to be edited up so you can kind of
put some pictures in.
And we kind of explore the different topics that we're talking about, because
but I didn't even say my things. I just said 2.
Oh, was it?
I 4.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your third one?
Third one, going to Stone Town. It's it's really. It's draining, but it's really fun. And looking back, it's I'm glad we went there. It's this really crazy place. There's probably nowhere else in the world like it because of the history of Zanzibar, and it's just a port town for 800 years or something like that.
Yeah, it definitely has a lot of history, a lot of sad history, a lot of meaningful history.
But I also didn't say my 4th thing, which we didn't mention yet, which we probably should have, was I really enjoyed going on a spice tour, right? They have all these farms where they grow all the different spices you can imagine, and you get to smell them and taste them fresh. And we did that with both of our parents, and you'll see some pictures.
We're going to have to pause.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're wrapping up now anyway.
Yeah, but the spice tour is something that we really should kind of focus on, because realistically, we had 2 different experiences.
One of the favorite of everybody who visited was going on a spice tour, where you got to walk around these beautiful spice plantations or spice farms, and they grow everything from vanilla beans.
Plantations.
That's what they called them.
I know, which is crazy, but this is what it is.
That's what it's called. What do you mean? So we're not in America. You can let go of some of those American terms.
I think so many people are just so worried about the.
But that's what it's called there.
It is.
In America, plantation has this
negative
slavery-based connotation. Although there was plenty of slavery in Zanzibar.
Yeah,
so.
But definitely the spice farms were beautiful. When you go in, you see that there are people, who are Zambians giving you proper Zambian tours.
And they have everything. Cinnamon that they just scrape off the tree, and you eat the cinnamon bark, and it's the strongest cinnamon you ever tasted.
Yeah.
Peppercorns that are not dried, that are little teeny grapes that you bite into them, and the juice that bursts
are the pepper.
Tastes like pepper. Tastes like black pepper.
And the black pepper and the green pepper are actually the same pepper, but it's the drying method. I mean, there were a lot of things that we learned, and my mother,
she knew everything.
She knew a lot of the fruits, and she really kind of. And the funny thing is that they have certain names that are not Caribbean names. So we would call breadfruit. They would call it shelly. So it was just really interesting to have island-minded individuals who are very mixed,
but a different island,
a different
side of the world,
and having the enjoyment of the fruits and the vegetables that they're used to, but calling it different names. My mom was really intrigued by the whole spice tour.
So we had a really, really good time. It was a great trip.
Wonderful.
And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so thank you again. Subscribe. Again, I'm Elaine.
Like Smiley. The video, comment. We'll comment.
Check me
back.
out on eboogie1111 on Instagram.
And look for more videos soon. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.